Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry to disturb all the incredible Torah study that's being learned here tonight. It's such a great inspiration to see so many people weathering the storm, the freezing cold outside, but the steaming hot Torah study that's going on in here. So kol hakavod to all of you. And tonight's Torah learning is dedicated in memory of Yehoshua ben Rav Nathan HaKohen. Anybody in the future who would like to dedicate a night of learning, you can either see Mrs. Grunitsky or myself or one of the other Torch staff. Before we have our Dvar Torah by a very, very distinguished and prominent rabbi, I just would like to thank Rabbi Yaakov for picking up the soup tonight, the hot soup for everyone, and for Mrs. Grunitsky, who, notwithstanding her flu, was working very, very diligently to organize and make sure that everything was running properly and smoothly for tonight's program. So it's very, very rare that we get to have the Chief Rabbi of Austin and the surrounding areas with us on a Wednesday night. But we have the tremendous privilege of having Rabbi Moshe Trepp with us here tonight, and we'll hear a few words of Dvar Torah from Rabbi Trepp. Please, Rabbi Trepp.
I really don't think I deserve this attention. I feel bad interrupting the sound of learning over here. It's really a fire. You walk in, you really feel it. So I feel bad coming up here and stopping it all. When you're creating better fire by yourselves, and you don't need me to fuel the fire at all. But I just walked in because I heard it's like the talk, not in town, but everyone in Texas is talking about the Partners in Torah in Houston. What it's doing over here, it's something unbelievable. And I said, I want to come and see it for myself. I thought I'm just going to surprise Rabbi Waldy. I'm going to walk in here and see what's happening. And the first thing he tells me is, you're speaking tonight. I said, you got a room full of such great people over here. Why do you need me? You got people who are sitting here. They're here every week, and I think people just want to hear some English accents. So you're not going to hear anything great from me. There's people here that could say much better things than me, but I'm happy to share because I'm not here very often. So it is an honor to be here and speak with all of you here tonight. Twice in this week's Torah portion, in Bo, twice in this week's parasha, it talks about the mitzvah of tefillin. Putting on tefillin on our arm, on our heads, and it says both times we do it so that Hashem, it should be for you a sign on your arm and a reminder between your eyes, so that Hashem's Torah may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand Hashem removed you from Egypt. So it talks about both times. The reason why we wear tefillin is to remember how Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. It says this twice in this week's Torah portion. The question is, what is the connection between tefillin and Hashem taking us out of Mitzrayim? It says that the words of Torah will be in our mouth, and we'll remember that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. What have those two got to do with each other? The words of Torah and wearing tefillin and taking us out of Mitzrayim is written twice in this week's Torah portion. So to understand this, I think we have to understand what is slavery. Slavery, the way I understand it, and I think the way the Torah understands it, is not necessarily the way the world understands it, as we were slaves. We had no life, and now we're free. We can do whatever we want. The way I understand slavery is all of us have dreams. All of us, when we're younger, we have yearnings. We have places we want to go, heights we want to reach great heights, and then life gets in the way. All of a sudden we get It could be jobs, it could be places we move to. All of a sudden, things that we end up doing may not necessarily be in sync with the dreams that we had when we were younger and we still have today. And the interesting thing is, what slavery is someone can come, or a group, or a nation, or a leader can come and say, I want you to do this, that, or the other. And they can break us. They can break our body, they can break our mind, they can do everything to us. But one thing they can never break is our dreams. Our dreams always stay intact. Even if we're not doing what our dreams were, what we intend them to be, the dreams are still there. We may just be living a very, very different type of life. Many of us may feel free or slave. It's not necessarily what it is, because we could be slaves and still be free people. We could be living a life where we have a nice house, a nice car, we can decide when we're getting up or when we're going to sleep. but we're not living our dream. And if that's the case, we're still living a life of a slave. Because even though we may be a free person, we're not living the life that we truly intended to be, that we want for ourselves. We could be at work all day, working very hard, and we're doing all the things that our bosses may want us to do, but it's not what I want to do. I could be working hard, I could be making money, I could be doing lots of great things in my life, but I'm not necessarily doing the things that I want to do. What happened in Egypt is Pharaoh came along and enslaved the Jewish people. Moshe comes to Pharaoh and says, let the Jewish people go. Not let's just be a free people the way the world understands it, that they can go and serve Hashem. They can study His Torah, keep His commandments, observe the Torah. That's why we want to go free. Not just that we can go to the Bahamas, we can go floating, we do whatever we want. The idea is that we can go and serve Hashem. We have a purpose, we've got a mission, we've got dreams. And that's why we want to get out of Mitzrayim. We want to go out of Mitzrayim because there's places, there's things that we want to do, places we need to go. And as long as we're in Mitzrayim, we're not able to live those dreams. Tefillin, when we put on every single day, when we put tefillin on in the morning and night, essentially we put it on our forehead and our arms. The knot of the tefillin is the neck, is where the head and the neck joins together. That's where they meet. And it's the place where the brains, our moach, and the spine. Because the brains is where we have our dreams, the things that we want, the places we want to go. Our spine is our guf, which actually brings it into practice, is the action. We put the knot of the tefillin at the place to realize that we have to get those dreams in our body and put them together. When we can put our body and our dreams together, where our ambitions, the places we want to go, and our body actually drives us to those places, then we are a free people. That's when I am a free person. And that's what I think about every day. I should think about. Every day when I put on tefillin, with those words of Torah in my mouth, is that now I'm a free person. When I can come here on a Wednesday night and study Torah, when I can put on tefillin in the morning, that's what makes me a free person. It's not just waking up whenever I want, or reading whatever I want. When I can read the things that I want to read, when I can do those mitzvahs I truly want to keep and observe, that's what makes me into a free person. And that is what we see in this week's Torah portion, and that's what you feel when you come into this room. You feel when you come to this room that you're a free person. Many of you may be tired. Many of you say, listen, it's been a long day at work. I want to go home. There's things I want to watch. There's things I want to read. But you come out here, and it may be cold outside. You may have things you want to do. When you come out here, you may be working hard. You may be tired. But this is where you're really becoming a free person. Why? Because you're bringing your dreams into you're syncing it with your dreams and your actions all into one. And this is how we become free people. I felt it here tonight with all of you, and I wish myself and all of you that we can continue taking our dreams and bringing it into action. Amen. Thank you.